Hey guys, came for 15, back at it with another video for you guys, back with another Danmachi episode review for you guys, as we are continuing on with this Danmachi greatness, and another solid episode. This episode felt like a setup to what we're going to be getting at the end of the last few remaining episodes of episode 5, but listen, Ice Wallenstein did not listen to the teachings of the words of Hestia, and she basically talked to Belle and said, I don't know, but I got this feeling. I have this feeling. And so, legitimately, I figured that something, when Belle finally talks to Ice, it would either happen in a positive way or a negative way, and that's the fact of, will Bell just succumb to the temptations? Or will he not buy into the temptations? And if not, for Ice basically saying, like, look, I know I don't know you or anything, but I just have this feeling that we should go up on the wall over there and we should start training. Because it feels like I'm empty or hollow somewhat when I go up there. So, in a weird way, Ice saves Bell from despair, and that ended up giving him more confidence to keep going day by day, because legitimately, you saw him early in the episode where he was literally sleeping alongside Freya, and I'm just like, and also too, mind you, this is after he got beat the hell up, like getting beat the hell up, man. They're putting him through the ringer, but mostly heading, when the fact that, like, the other Freya familiars were like, Hayden, I think you can chill, my guy. Like, chill. Like, you're going a little bit too much, right? And Hayden's just like, no. If Lady Freya wants him so damn bad, he gonna have to prove his worth. He gonna have to prove that he can fight for her and that he's strong to defend her, essentially, right? Because, it's clear that he cares about Freya too. And he's like doing all this because, in a weird way, it's like, well, if you want to take, I guess you want to say, take Lady Freya's hand, well, you need to be strong enough to protect her from anything, and this weak self of yours is nothing. And man's damn near getting on his damn deathbed, right? And then even after that, he has his talk with Freya. He has his typical meetup with Freya, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you, why don't you come sleep with me? I promise I won't do anything." Now, listen, man. If I was in that situation, I would have folded. I'd have been like, "No, there is something you can do for me. Why don't we just consummate the relationship, right?" If you get what I mean. But this man got his face all in her boobs and everything. I'm just like, Belle's living best life ever, bruh. I don't care. See, again, like I said, if I was in Belle's shoes, yes, I'm getting beat the hell out of. I've said this time and time again the last few episode reviews. I don't give a shit. I would have folded for anything Freya would have asked me to do. And on top of it, listen, man, I would endure all that pain, that punishment, and torture if that means I get to be sleeping in the same bed as Lady Freya. I'm sorry. I might be down bad. I might be a simp. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care, man. I would go through everything Belle's enduring right now if that means I'm gonna be in the same bedroom. My face is full up in her blah, 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 blah. Her chest, as she holds me as I'm going to sleep. But going back to what I was saying, he was getting to the point where he's thinking about, like, maybe this isn't so bad, maybe they're all right, maybe this is all a lie, this really isn't bad. I do enjoy Lady Freya. I do enjoy that while Freya is done for me and everything, and blah 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 blah. And he legitimately is like, should I just give in? And I'm just like, now me, deep down, like, yes, give in to the temptation, give in to the, I guess you can say, lust, if you want to say so. I know she's like the goddess of love, but realistically, Freya is like the goddess of lust, basically. She's what you would think Capella would look like, right? From ReZero. Not some lolly girl that's crazy. You would think some sexy goddess, right? Whatever. Anyways. Um so he has that and everything, but he kind of rejects it. He falls asleep. That could have been a moment. I know a lot of people, I've seen other people reviews said like that could have been the moment Freya had him. And the thing is, Hayden is kind of just of the opinion he's trying to like do all this stuff to get him to fall in line, to get him to break essentially. And that's what he tells the other Freya family. He's like, listen, dudes, you guys can't question my freaking judgment when I'm trying to do this for our goddess and everything. You can tell, and like I don't know if you guys been seeing, but like she's getting restless and it's clear like she sees her plan is not working and he keeps resisting it, which is crazy. And we again we have been seeing like the fact that Freya's been doing everything she possibly can to get him to break, and Bell so far has held strong, and he's not breaking. And that's the thing. So, he makes the mention like she's getting restless and everything, and the fact that we need to break this guy faster so she can be happy and everything. And it feels like to me, Hayden's doing all this stuff to try to make Freya happy. Because deep down, I think he knows, like, especially coming off last week, he knows that Freya, at the end of the day, regardless, if things are not going the way exactly the way she wants, it's hurting her deep down, and it's making her feel very upset and sad and everything, because it's like, well, my plan is not coming to the way that I thought it would work. I thought I would have broken this guy within like the first maybe couple of days, and then he would submit it to me. No, he's so far been this resisting my charms. So you just have it to where Hayden's just like, he needs to break. He then Bell also mentions about Seer, but Hayden's like, oh, we told you before, Seer doesn't exist. He ends up actually going to the inn, and the only thing really the girls tell him like, you need to stop asking about some freaking imaginary girl or whatever. But we also do find out some interesting stuff about Mamma Mia, and we find out that Mamma Mia was actually used to be a part of the Freya Familia. Or she is a part of the Freya Familia. I guess just some estranged member, right? And then I guess the same thing is like with Anya, she's an estranged member of the Freya Familia. But the fact that like Mamma Mia is like, oh yeah, I know what's actually going on and blah 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 blah. I just don't agree with whatever my goddess is doing. It makes sense, and it's very interesting because it's like, okay, then why did you end up actually leaving? Maybe again, my best guess is she probably was never down or cool whatever Freya was doing in terms of running her Familia, and she's probably like, man, please, I'm gonna get out of here and do my own thing. And you're gonna let me do my own thing because I'm stronger than you in a weird way. So that's the thing. But it also, I don't know, maybe again it doesn't make sense. I guess the only other thing is like, okay, then why did she had to have known Freya was Seer, being Seer the entire time? So unless she was oblivious to that, but I guess I don't think so. But she does give Belle a little hint about like, things aren't as exactly what you say they are. Try looking at a better eye. And he kind of remembers that as he's walking. That's when he comes across Ice, and Ice the two girls, they were like, I forgot their names, they were like, come on, don't ignore this dude and everything. But Ice, when it looks like she's just gonna walk past him, like, okay, this is gonna be the moment he's gonna break right here, because she ignores him because due to Hestia telling her what not to do, right? But she basically grabs his form and is like, hey, do you want to go train up on that wall over there? I don't know why, but I feel like there's a purpose for me there, and you might fit that reasoning or something like that. And, Belle just gets on his knees and starts crying because it's like, yeah, she doesn't know me, but the fact that, like, somebody actually had some semblance of remembering me, or what we used to do, it's still there. And that's the person I admire so much. Again, obviously, as a fan, I'm just like, I don't prefer Belle with Ice because realistically, with what we've seen on screen, hasn't done enough for me to be like, why did this dude fall for this girl again? You know, obviously my preferred choice is like Freya. I know a lot of other people's preferred choices are like Ryu or some other girl. But it's like, again, that's his first love, that's his first crush. So he's gonna have an attachment to that, and that's the thing. I do hope at some point in later seasons or next season, they do have a season that's focused on Ai, so we could get to know her better as a character. I know that's the one negative thing about the anime version of Danmachi that a lot of people can continuously say is the fact that, well, we barely got any freaking character development on Ice, and also too, Ice is kind of a boring, dull character, so people can't get behind her. So I hope in like an upcoming season, like a season 6, or maybe if they go even farther for a season 7, they dive more into who Ice is as a character, so then maybe people can actually start to like her and be like, you know what, maybe she ain't that bad of a character. Because I know that's the common consensus among some Danmachi fans, is the fact that they just don't like Ice in the anime because it's like, well, she does nothing but eat potatoes. Now, I've never watched the like sort of Oratoria like series, spin-off series they had where she's the main character. At some point, I gotta watch it. And maybe my tunes will change, but again, like she doesn't really show much, and she kind of plays off like that airheaded, strong character, but. It's like we don't see enough of her to get a good gauge of like what she's thinking about and everything. So, who knows? Who knows? But that's basically where it goes. After that training with Ice, he goes up against Hayden, and then he basically gets the upper hand on him at one point. He's still not stronger than Hayden, but he gets the upper hand because he legitimately says like, yeah, I'm over him moping and everything, but I just remembered this. Maybe people may not remember me and everything, but legitimately, legitimately, I still have the teachings I've learned, throughout my time that I've been alive and everything. So, there's that. And then, again, with Ice, again, with the whole thing, like, I don't know, the whole thing of like, well, my calling was felt here, but I don't know why. Like, we see it with Love later on, like, we see Belle's old armor and everything, and he's like, I made these? I don't know why I made these, but I could tell I put a lot of work into it and everything, and it's clear because he put that for Belle, but the whole Belle circle is out of the picture and everything. It's like the thing that's eluding him. And then we get the interesting thing about Hermes. Thanks to Hestia meeting up with Asafi, they basically set up a meeting spot where finally now Hermes has the paper and he got the paper at the end of the episode, so that was the perfect timing that Hermes talked about until Hestia a few episodes ago. But Hermes was interesting because he was like trying to put two and two together to see what's the hell's going on, and the way he was doing that, it was playing off like as if like he knew something's not right, and I keep leaving these notes for myself about all these interesting things, and I have my familia looking for things, so it must seem like he's been like in a repeated loop where, okay, he deduces everything, he figures it out, like, okay, Freya must be doing all this shit, I know what's going on, and then Freya must show up and just be charming him again, right? And it seems like that's been going on for a while, because he keeps bringing that up, so he got the note, he knows what to do now, and everything. Also, they didn't mention about his other familiar members coming up from the dungeon. Those are ones that haven't been charmed or taken down, and Freya like literally gave the orders to like her familiar, like, I don't care what you do with them. If you want to take them out, take them out. If you want them to be charmed, we'll let them get charmed and everything. But honestly, at this point, they're going to be a nuisance. So, yeah, but other than that, that's basically it of the episode. A lot of interesting stuff that happened. I felt like this was a setup episode. It was still good. I was obviously less interested in this episode as opposed to the last few episodes. But this was definitely a setup episode to set the stage for what we're going to get in the tail end. Belle's a little bit more courageous now, so we're going to see what's happening there. We'll especially see how Frey handles the fact that he was with Ice Wallenstein. And then the stuff that Hermes is going to get himself into, so we'll definitely see. But anyways, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Danmachi content or any other anime content upload to the channel. Until then, guys, stay safe out there, have a great rest of your day or night. Until then, guys, peace.